WarZone, entertaining like TV, yeah. We don't be nowhere to park at the park. Up late with it, scrolling WarZone at the door. Bring a bag with you gon' be surprised what he charge. Got a tent ready, waiting on the tournament to start, yeah. Bring your lemonade, you can sell it, yeah. You just gotta read, they gon' tell it, yeah. Offline, big dogs, beat peasants, yeah. I'm from Keisha, but James still a legend in WarZone. I would be tripping, I respect it in WarZone. Misspell, Marcy gon' correct it in WarZone. One wrong post will get hit, they can't check it, so they might as well respect it. It's WarZone. Better keep your hard hat on, it's a WarZone. Come and leave your hard at home, it's a WarZone. Head on the swivel, gotta know what's going on. Yeah, it get real on the WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours, yeah. Gotta finish growing to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored, it's a WarZone. DT, what up? DT, what up? Black, what up? Black, what up? Say what up? It's a WarZone. Metro Lane, what up? Lane, what up? Cold fruit, what up? It's a WarZone. You feeling like the WarZone is yours? Yeah. Gotta finish growing to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. Got the WarZone award show packed like a small car. Telling everywhere, a bunch of WarZone all-stars. Invite only, you gon' only see the real. Hey, bring me a reel, we got the shun on the grill. Yeah, the WarZone is strictly for the gutters. They ain't hunt your lane, they ain't nothing but some trouble. Shout out to Percolator, she ain't nothing but a hustler. I got a hard time cause I represented Tucker, yeah. A lane post a flyer, they don't notice, yeah. Parents go complaining about the coach, yeah. WarZone games, I be posted. Be careful what you post, might get checked by defocus in WarZone. Trying not to be the one who slipping in WarZone. Cache always be tripping in WarZone. They gon' go hard on the hater. Uncle Bell from Lambo always kicking flavor in WarZone. Better keep your hard hat on, it's a WarZone. Come and leave your hard at home, it's a WarZone. Head on the swivel, gotta know what's going on, yeah. It get real on the WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours, yeah. Gotta finish growing to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. It's a WarZone. It's a WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours, yeah. Gotta finish growing to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. WarZone. WarZone, better keep your hard hat on, it's a WarZone. Come and leave your hard at home, it's a WarZone. Head on the swivel, gotta know what's going on. Yeah, it get real on the WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours, yeah. Gotta finish growing to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored, it's a WarZone. I ain't see nobody pack the parking lot like DT. Be careful how I speak, me in black on that BP. Mom of the week, you can speak when you see me. Swear WarZone, entertaining like TV, yeah. We don't be nowhere to park at the park. Up late with it, scrolling WarZone at the door. Bring a bag with you gon' be surprised what he charge. Got a tent ready, waiting on the tournament to start, yeah. Bring your lemonade, you can sell it, yeah. You just gotta read, they gon' tell it, yeah. Offline, big dogs, beat peasants, yeah. I'm from Keisha, but James still a legend in WarZone. I would be tripping, I respect it in WarZone. Misspell, Marcy gon' correct it in WarZone. One wrong post will get hit, they can't check it, so they might as well respect it. It's WarZone. Better keep your hard hat on, it's a WarZone. Come and leave your hard at home, it's a WarZone. Head on the swivel, gotta know what's going on, yeah. It get real on the WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours, yeah. Gotta finish growing to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. DT, what up? DT, what up? Black, what up? Black, what up? Say what up? It's a WarZone. Metro Lane, what up? Lane, what up? Cold fruit, what up? It's a WarZone. You feeling like the WarZone is yours, yeah. Gotta finish growing to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. Got the WarZone award show packed like a small car. Telling everywhere, a bunch of WarZone.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? You tuned into the WarZone U Sport podcast. Today, I got a legend here with me, Coach Guala, Georgia Rattlers, original Georgia Rattler coach. How's it going, Coach Guala?
What's up, DT?
All right, man. So today, man, we're gonna talk to Coach Guala about how it started, what made him want to get into coaching, a lot of things, man. So if I say so must say so myself, I started with the Georgia Rattler with Coach Guala, man. One of the realest dudes I ever met, man, and he's just always been 100 with me. So, Coach Guala, man, give us a little history about your football life? What made you want to become a coach?
My little boy started playing football when he was 5. But he started out over there on Boulevard at Central Park. But my whole family grew up in the Herndon Homes community, right there on Northside Drive. Everybody played for Kennedy. But when my little boy went to Boulevard, we had to play against Kennedy. And Kennedy put a whipping on us. So Charles was like, man, you ain't got no business being over there anyway. You need to bring that boy on home.
Right.
So I brought him to the Georgia Rattlers, and the rest was history. Like 6U on up.
All right, and let's go to. I remember when you first started coaching, because we started around the same time. You was out there streetwise heavy, man. So what made you get into coaching and stay into coaching, man? Because me knowing you 15, 20 years now, I see how much you done changed and matured and how you still helping the kid. What made you want to do that and continue to do that? Because Trey is, 21, 22 now? 19? Somewhere up in there.
Yeah. Me, man, I was always able to, like, deliver a message. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the boy that was older than me, even the boy that was around me, I was always able to, you know what I'm saying, make them feel where I'm coming from. So with that being said, by me being in the streets when I was younger, I was like, man, maybe I can, you know what I'm saying, deliver this message to little kids in the football way, in the football form. I always liked the football, I always liked the basketball. See, by my father being gone, you know what I'm saying, 33 years of my life, I ain't had nobody to teach me the ropes. You feel me? So I just said I'll just give my knowledge to some kids that even though I ain't play football in middle school, I ain't play football in high school, but my knowledge of the game is impeccable. So I just wanted to spread some of this knowledge on to the kids that's, you know what I'm saying, up and coming, and try to keep them off the streets, man, and keep them doing something positive.
Yeah. And I don't told this story before, man, and I'm going to keep telling it because it's one of them situations where, like, I may get asked, man, you let Waller in all the WarZone events free, man. He just get in free. He don't, hey, they my gate know when Waller walk up, leave him alone. He walk in free. And I'm going to tell you why. So when I met Waller, I was 20 years old, man. I ain't had no job. I was flat out broke to where I was catching the bus to practice. I borrowed bus fare from my mama, which I couldn't pay her back, so she really just giving it to me. And we had some coaches gear, man. I think it came up to like $200-something. All the coaches was excited about it. I said, I'm the head coach, but I'm the brokest coach. I said, man, we ain't gonna do that, man. We just gonna keep rocking the orange shirt. Waller leaned over to me and said, hey, it's all right, bro. I got you. Now, we came from that beginning to me getting my life together, situation great. Man has never brought that up to me. Never asked me for anything, never brought that up. So he's always good in my book, man. That just show what kind of character this guy is sitting right here next to me, man. And go on with it. In about 5 years, do you see yourself still coaching?
Yeah. I got about 7, 8 more years in me.
7, 8 more years. Right now, if you can go to the hardest game you ever coached in, what game would it be? And give me details on it.
As far as coming back to win the game, or as far as playing the team, the hardest team I've ever played against?
No, the stress, like the game that had you on the ropes, like whether you won or lost, that game that just drove you crazy.
No matter which age group?
No matter what age group.
I got to say when I was with James, I ain't gonna lie, I was with James, Coach James Davis, that is. We was with the Georgia Raptors 10U. We had got beat by Pittman beginning of the season. We had got beat bad by Pittman. And every year, Pittman used to beat us at least one time in the season, but we always come back and beat them some kind of way. This year, Pittman had an all-star squad. They had Bobby, they had Nate the Great, they had like 3, 4 kids, and I think all these kids in college right now. I think Nate the Great in Clemson.
Yeah, Nate just had a pick 6 Saturday.
Nate in Clemson, Bobby, I forgot what college Bobby in, but all these kids still doing their thing. And we was like, man, I don't know how we gonna beat these boys, because our boys, you know, they didn't want it with them. Like they had it. They had skilled players all over the field. So James said, hey man, look, Waller, you gotta come up with a defensive scheme, man. We gotta come up with something to beat these guys. I never forget it. We playing at Lakewood the week before. I said, man, I'm finna put my quarterback at cornerback.
That Ali?
Ali.
Oh,
Ali
man.
Riley. Never did nothing like that before in our life.
Right.
We put our quarterback, starting quarterback, at cornerback. All because he had a big body and, like, we felt like they weren't gonna get around him. He didn't have as much speed. He didn't have all that. You know what I'm saying? But we said, Ali, we need you to play cornerback this game. He was all for it. And when I tell you he played cornerback the best, I'm talking about the best cornerback I ever seen a kid play coming from quarterback, like just getting thrown in that position.
Right.
We ended up beating them guys and winning the championship, man. But that was really stressful because we had to do a lot of coaching and thinking.
Ali was a hell of a coach, man. And let's just say, I think you started coaching, what, 08, 09?
I started coaching at
I know it was bad.
I started coaching at 08.
08.
I wasn't really coaching. I was just helping my little boy team out, like on the sideline with them. I wasn't actually a coach. But in 09, I came on to the Georgia Raptors, and that's when I started coaching.
All right. And since 09, tell me how much the game has changed with youth football in Atlanta.
Politics. That's the main reason, politics.
I'm the politics.
I ain't gonna lie. Politics done killed the game of football, even though I'm all for it because without politics, certain kids wouldn't be showcased on certain platforms, which I'm totally all for that. But, back then, you didn't have all that. You didn't have the internets and all that when this kid do this kid do that. You had to hear about word of mouth, like who you finna go play, like, okay, you got to call around, okay, y'all got this kid, okay, we're gonna play y'all. See, now you can go right to the internet and know who you finna play, how they coming. You can watch all their games on YouTube. You can, know who their coach is, their strategies, everything inside and out. So politics done changed the game of football a whole lot, especially in Little League football. I ain't saying college and NFL and all that, but in Little League, it definitely done changed the format of the game.
All right, right now, you've been coaching about 17 years. Give me 3 players, not off your current team, 3 players that you coached that probably your favorite or best kids you ever coached.
Okay. One of my favorite kids I ever coached.
And not your son.
And not my son. Okay, I got to go with Tyreek Green, Ty Boogie, man. Ty Boogie doing his thing right now, man. He I was like one of Ty Boogie's first coach, 6U. This kid might have scored 60 touchdowns in 6U, like first year playing football. It was unbelievable to me because I've never seen it done like at a 6U level.
Right, Ty Boogie.
My second kid, I got to go with Chi-Town, man. I got to go with Lil Shy, man. Lil Shy, I coached him at 8U. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing off and on the field. And these guys who I'm naming, they are very humble guys. Like hold a conversation with you. Ain't no arrogance in them. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Still, yes, sir. No, sir. Still, what up, Coach Waller? When they see me, it's still love. So Ty Boogie and Shy. And my third kid, I'm going to say that, like one of my, like, you know what I'm saying? That one of my favorites. I got to go with Cool Daddy, man. I got to go with DeMarco Williams.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, man. I got to go with Cool Daddy, man. Coming from where Cool Daddy came from Etheridge Apartments, man. Like, it was kind of rough over there where he came from. So
Definitely.
By him coming and play football and you know what I'm saying, doing his thing every week, day in and day out, his work ethic was immaculate. Like, them like 3 of my favorite kids that I've, you know what I'm saying, they still right now doing their thing and they still humble, man.
All right, so when it's all said and done, tell me what will the youth football world be able to say about Coach Waller?
One thing they gonna say about Coach Waller, man, one thing about me, man, first and foremost, I'm straightforward. Ain't nothing sugar-coated about me. Everything is direct. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna tell it to you how I feel. I'm gonna tell it to you how it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they gonna say I'm a leader. They gonna say I'm always a giver. Always, you know what I'm saying, a giver.
Definitely.
I'm always respectable first, man. I'm gonna respect whoever respect me, man. It's just, that's what it is. You give respect, you get respect. I always been taught that. So, I mean, I'm fun, I'm loving, and I'm cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just cool, man. Everything about Coach Waller is cool, man. All the kids love me.
All right, so you can just put the name in there. You can put it as the sponsor for today at the bottom. All right, so right now, man, you're coaching one of the top 9U teams in the state of Georgia. tell me how that affects you, because right now your team may be, let's just say you the second, third, fourth team in the state of Georgia, but you will go dominate anywhere outside of Georgia. How do that affect you as a coach, knowing you may not see national, or you'll have a harder time getting to national because what state you in?
I mean, it's kind of stressful. You know what I'm saying? For one, you got a bullseye on your back when you one of the top teams that people hearing about. So you know how it go. People want to test you. They got to see if you really coming with they saying you got. And then with the national, thing, it's just like, I just feel like you got to be prepared for nationals. That's just me, my output on it. Like, my team, I feel like I got a great team. I feel like I got a dominant team. I feel like what national bring to the table, like, sometimes I might be wrong, and my coach would be telling me, Wally, you be tripping. I be feeling like I ain't national ready. You feel me? I don't know why I feel like that, but I know we can go compete with any one of them kids that, you know what I'm saying, on any team in any state. But me personally, I just feel like we don't be national ready because of what come with my state.
Right.
It's a lot riding on Georgia, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, backlash. It's a lot of disagreements with Georgia, and you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like coming from where I come from and where my team is located at, I just feel like we're not national ready. But competitive-wise, we're definitely national ready.
All right, so right now, we're going to pull the Georgia Rattlers out of it. Give me your top 5 non-U teams in the state of Georgia.
Right now?
We're pulling your team out.
I'm going to go with Voodoo. I'm going to go with RDU. I'm going to go with Cottage Park. That's 3. I'm going to go with 4-4. I supposed to say 4-4. They're my top 4. And my 5th one, I got to go with, due to how they play football, I got to go with Douglasville.
Tight club. They got a nice team. They got the bus over there running the ball.
I got to go with Douglasville, my top 5. But me personally, if it wasn't for their standings and their records, I would go with Georgia Aggression. And my reason why I would go with Georgia Aggression, because D, he would play anybody. Code D, man, shout out to Code D, man. Code D will play anybody. Like, they could say, Code D, you playing Voodoo on Wednesday, Coach Saturday, they'll be lined up ready to play football. He could say you playing RDU the week after that, you're going to be lined up ready to play football. It ain't going to be no, I got 2-3 kids out, or one kid out of town, or one kid hurt. He don't care if they lose 40-0.
He's coming.
He going to play. And he remind me of me. Like me, I ain't running for no smoke. It's football.
All right. And what a lot of parents, like, they sign their kids up for football, and they put a lot of pressure on a youth coach. But I want to ask you, Coach, let's just say in 2 years, how much you think you spent as a coach on your team?
How much I spent?
How much you spent?
An undisclosed amount. I mean, like, with football, man, it comes with money, man. Like, at the end of the day, it comes with money. Like, everything you do every day involving football is going to involve money. Gas money, mouthpieces, equipment, getting kids back and forth to practice, paying to play in tournaments, paying to play in nationals, paying to play. Everything you do, you got to pay to do it. So, me personally, what I done spent in the last 2 years, it's an undisclosed amount, DT. I don't even count it, man. I don't even look forward to counting it or trying to get it back, just being real, because I ain't gonna be able to count it.
That mean like 20, 30,000.
I ain't lying.
That's basically what he's saying.
I ain't lying.
So right now, Wally, we got the 22-year-old. He's in the streets, but he loves football. That football, the coaching calling him, but he's in the street. Give him some advice.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. 22-year-old, man, only thing I do is be dedicated to your team, man. Be dedicated to the sport of football. Because, like I say, once you in the streets at 22 years old, that's all you know, because you're still young. You know the streets. So football really is like your second passion, but the streets your first passion, because you're still young. Until your mind elevates and show you that, you know, it's different levels of your life other than the streets. Me, when I was 22 years old, I ain't gonna lie, I was 1 foot in, I was 1 foot out. I love football so much, but me, DT will tell you, I ain't come to practice till August. The season game will be August the 1st, like, you know, you got to be out there, be prepared around May, April, June, all that stuff like that. I ain't showing up to the first week of the first game.
Hey, man.
No cap.
I remember them days, like Georgia Rattler. You got to keep in mind, Georgia Rattler, so me and Guala, like, probably like a year and a half, 2 years older than me. We were 20-year-old and 22-year-old coaches. Like, we were young and we was wild with it. Like, we would beat you on the field, and if it's any problem after the game, we taking it down. So we were already messed up as a coaching staff. So the director over there, Trez, shouts out to the Georgia Rattlers. I used to have to get into it with Trez because it's already me, Larry, who else with us?
Sham, me.
Sham. We already got enough nutcases already on the staff. So Guala ain't got out there yet. So he trying to tell me, hey, man, you can't have no more coaching, man. Waller can't coach. He ain't been out here. It's May. Waller, where Waller at? It's June. Where Waller at? So when Waller will come out there, he'll try, like, and we'll buck together like, hey, man, either Guala coach or we all walk.
I'm telling you.
He'll shut the hell up and leave us alone. But they just show the kind of relationship we always had with it, man. And I'm going to say this on camera, and it need to be said. The Georgia Rattlers, one of the longest lasting independent programs in the state, probably country.
Definitely.
But what I can say, everybody, including myself, Jane Davis, Coach Hurd, Coach Bam, shit, Boosie, OJ, anybody you want to name that was a Rattler has left. Even Coach Swole recently just left due to a job, and salute on the job, Coach Swole. But Guala is still there. What holds you to the Rattlers? Like, you're connected with them. Like, y'all locked in.
Man, my community, man. Where I'm from, man, I'm from the projects, man. Not to say that loud and proud on camera, but, you know, sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes your story got to be heard. I'm from the projects. I'm from the Natural Born Project, the Red Bricks. And my whole community grew up in Herndon Home and the Kennedy, then Washington High School. So with that being said, like, Coach Meatball, shout out to Coach Meatball, man. That's my dog, love him to death. When Meatball was 7, 8 years old, I used to come to their games. Coach Ben was the coach. May rest in peace. Coach Ben took, man. You know what I mean? One of the best I learned the game from. Like, I used to come to their games and pay them boys $5 every touchdown they scored. Like, I already know on Saturdays, whatever I did on the block or whatever I did in my street life on Saturdays, I got to dedicate my time to kids that I don't really know. Like, Meatball them from Simpson. They like right around the corner from me. I used to come to their game every Saturday. I'd have me like at least $80, $70 in my pocket because I know Meatball gonna score 2 touchdowns. Prime gonna score 2 touchdowns.
Ball, you play ball?
Yes. Bird gonna score 2 touchdowns. And I tell them right before the game, hey boy, touchdown $5. They used to be competing with each other. Like, they used to be like, boy, I got to score, because I know Coach Waller. I went Coach Waller. I know Waller gonna give me $5 every time I score. So after the game, man, Meatball been on score 2, he been on score 2, he been on score 2. That $30 out of my pocket, I gotta come out of, and this every Saturday, and they looking forward to this. Right. You see what I'm saying? They were like, man, so when I kept doing that, it make me like, man, I see what these folks doing. I can coach this game, man, because, I mean, the kids gonna listen to me because I can deliver a message. I ain't never played football, man. I ain't played no middle school, I ain't played no high school. I ain't did none of that. I just know X's and O's, man. I just like the game of football, man. So with that being said, what kept me with the Georgia Rattlers so long is my community, man. I just don't feel like going nowhere else. I can't.
Right. And see, that's what you call loyalty, man, because I know for a fact, when I left the Rattlers, boy, I was trying, hey, I'm pulling them. Hey, nigga, let's go. Come on, Wall, like, nah, DT. Look, he lying to me because he don't want to hurt my feelings or whatever. He like, DT, all right, look, I'm going to take this year off, and then next year I'm going to come coach with you. August come, I look at George Rattler's sideline, he over there with a goddamn orange jogging suit on. I'm like, this nigga lied. Waller probably lied to me 5 times about coming with me. It to the point where I was like, he's never leaving. You see them dreads, they're going to be gray or gone at the top, and he's still going to be coaching with the Georgia Rattlers.
Rattler for life,
and that's dedication, man. That's dedication. Right now, you'll be playing Douglasville Tiger Clubs this weekend with WarZone. Give me a prediction.
Big Kendrick. That's all I'm going to say.
It's a big boy.
Woo. I say 18-6. I say 18 to 6 our way. And the reason why I say 18 to 6 our way because we playing at a high level right now. Like, right now, we got a chip on our shoulder. Like, my boys, they on some can't nobody beat us type mentality. And that's the type of mentality I want. Like, my practices, they have been phenomenal. My practices have been fun, and they've been intense. And I ain't had no type of practices like these in the last 2-3 years. Like, my boys, like, they want it. So I say 18-6 our way. I feel like they'll get in the box.
And you
They'll get in the box one
you have
time.
some talented kids on your team, too. Run. That's one of my favorite kids at the 9U level, man. Tell us about him, man. How did he end up with you? Tell us how he done grown since he been with you.
That's Mr. Do It All, man. That's Mr. When you need to play, call Run. When you need anything done, you call Run. Like, we can be down 12 to 6. Like, Run gonna come through. Like, it just is what it is. Like, I dropped down from my team because I was with Trez and Meatball and them. We had a good team. We won the championship, but I dropped down to help Coach Rumbo with the 5U. I seen Coach Rumbo down there by himself. He was like one coach down there, and he had a couple of dads around, but they weren't actually coaches, which turned out to be coaches like Coach Prime. Shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to Coach Mario. So he was like, man, Coach, man, just come out and help me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let trade them. They got that. You know, like, come on down and help me. Right. So I dropped down. I was always a defensive-minded coach. I was always like, if you can't score, you can't win. So when I dropped down with him, I always felt like I could score the ball. I always felt like I was an offensive-minded coach, but defense was, you know, the offensive coaches, they already had their position, like Coach Trey, Coach Jane. They was already the offensive coach, so I couldn't get their spot. But when I dropped down to 5U, once I realized I realized I can call plays and score the ball and win ball games, I gave the defensive side of the game up. You know what I'm saying? And started coaching with Rumbo, and that's where I met Run at. And Run, one of them kids, he was like off and on at 5U, but he one of the kids, like, he'll come out his shell in a big game. Like when we need a big play, he'll just pop up out of nowhere and just make a big play. And he been that way since 5U.
Right. And right now, man, as you see on the screen going across the bottom, we're sponsored today, this part of the segment, by Pinky Beauty Bar. Tell us about Pinky Beauty Bar, man. You on your spot, man.
Hey, man, that's my little hair salon I got on Donnelly Hollowell, formerly known as Bankhead. It's my hair salon, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's me and my girl hair salon. It's hers. She run it. Everything is hers. So you need your hair did. You need one of them pinky tails, pinky ponytails, whatever she call it. Go see her. You know what I'm saying? Need your hair did. I got braiders in there. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little spot, man. If you want to just come get your hair did, man. Whenever you're in the city, just stop by. We're on Bankhead.
Definitely, man. Showing love to my guy, man. I want to say thank you to Coach Waller for taking the time out, man, and coming to be a part of this. Like I said, this been my guy since I was 20. I came home from school, college career over with, jobless. This been my guy since then, man. I met Waller 18 years ago.
A long time.
Well, 17 years ago. And we never had an issue. Always been 100 with me, straightforward. If I need anything, I can call him, vice versa. Just like my brother from another, man. So I just want to thank you. You want to plug in your Instagram, your team Instagram, and any businesses you have. You need Jordans. I'm going to tag him on the West Nine. Get at him. That's why I got a pair now. That's why I get all my shoes from.
Yeah, shoe plug. Get at me, man. But now, man, like DT say, man, we ain't never had an issue. Not one time. Not a coaching staff, not on the field, not off the field, not. You say something about DT, don't say it around me, man. No matter what you say or how you say it, because they're my boy, man. I'm defending them, like, just being real. Like, I feel like if you can't say it to them, don't say it to me. Because, you know, we cool. You feel me? So,
right.
With that being said, man, check my Instagram out, man. I Dream of Guala, man. It's I_DREAM_OF_GWALA. I Dream of Guala. Hit me on Instagram. Facebook, I ain't really making no noise on Facebook, but hit me on Instagram.
What's your team Instagram in case a parent want to bring their kid to you?
Team Instagram, man, is Georgia Rattlers 9U, man. The Night Boys, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we accepting all kids, man. I don't like turning kids around. That's why we have 35 kids every year, which I might need to start doing that. But I don't turn kids around. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, I can mold them into superstars. But, yeah, Georgia Rattlers 9U, man. Hit the page up.
All right, man. So we're going to take a light break, and then we're going to come back with my next guest, George Lee, one of the most explosive kids in youth football, Georgia Eagles, 2-4, Kobe Bryant. But we'll be back in a quick moment. Thanks, Coach Waller, for coming again, man.
Hey,
Greatly
man.
appreciate you, my dog.
Shout out to WarZone, man. Thanks for having me, man.
All right.
Yeah, on the squad, gotta know what's going on. Yeah, he get real on the WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours. Yeah, gotta finish strong to get a WarZone. The war going down at the WarZone, of course. Logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's the WarZone. I ain't see nobody pack the parking lot like DT. Be careful how I speak. Me and Black on that BP. Mom of the week, you can speak when you see me. Swear WarZone, entertaining like TV. Yeah, we don't be nowhere to park at the park. Up late with it, scrolling WarZone at the door. Bring a bag with you, you gon' be surprised what he charge. Got a tent ready, waiting on the tournament to start. Yeah, bring your lemonade, you can sell it. Yeah, you just gotta read, they gon' tell it. Yeah, offline, big dogs beat peasants. Yeah, Keisha, but James still a legend in WarZone. I would be tripping, I respect it in WarZone. Misspell, Marcy gon' correct it in WarZone. One wrong post will get hit. They can't check it, so they might as well respect it. It's WarZone. Better keep your hard hat on, it's a WarZone. Come and leave your hard at home, it's a WarZone. Head on the swivel, gotta know what's going on. Yeah, you get real on the WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours. Yeah, gotta finish strong to get a WarZone. The war's going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. DT, what up? DT, what up? Black, what up? Black, what up? Say what up? It's a WarZone. Metro Lane, what up? Lane, what up? Cold fruit, what up? It's a WarZone. You feeling like the WarZone is yours? Yeah. Gotta finish strong to get a WarZone. The war's going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. Got the WarZone award show packed like a small car. Telling everywhere, bunch of WarZone all-stars. Invite only, you gon' only see the real. Hey, bring me a reel, we got the shun on the grill. Yeah, the WarZone is strictly for the gutters. They ain't Huncho Lane, they ain't nothing but some trouble. Shout out to Percolator, she ain't nothing but a hustler. I got a hard time cause I represented Tucker. Yeah, a lane post a flyer, they don't notice. Yeah, parents go complaining about the coaches. Yeah, WarZone games I be posting. Be careful what you post, might get checked by defocus in WarZone. Trying not to be the one who slipping in WarZone. Cache always be tripping in WarZone. They gon' go hard on the hater. Uncle Bell from Lambo always kicking flavor in WarZone. Better keep your hard hat on, it's a WarZone.
All right, we back from break, y'all. I have two new guests. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. We're gonna start off with the champ.
Lee George.
All right. Go ahead there.
I'm the father, man. I'm Antoine George.
All right. So Lee George is one of the top kids here in the state of Georgia, man. Youth football. He played whatever you need him to play. I think he probably could play center if you ask. Tell him what team you play for, man.
I play for the Georgia Eagles 10U Elite.
Georgia Eagle Team, you elite. Right now, they rank number 1 in the country, number 1 in the state. So when did you start your youth football career, Lee?
I started my youth football career when I was around like 3 or 4 years old, and I played with the North Henry Tigers.
Oh, you came from North Henry? I didn't know that. See, we learning right now. All right. Who was your second team?
My second team was ABA Bulldogs.
Okay, ABA. See, I didn't know that either. What made you want to play football?
What made me want to play football was my dad. You know, he encouraged me. You know, and after that, I just fell in love with the sport.
All right. Dad, I know you started out coaching. You still coach. What made you want to get into coaching other than your son?
Yeah, you know, football was my number one sport. Growing up, that's all I knew was football. It was an avenue to keep me focused, to keep my mind right. So once I had my boys, especially with Lee, he's the first of the dying breed. You know, just being involved, helping out other kids, especially in the inner city, because that's where I come from, straight Grady, baby. You know, just being involved with the kids, being able to help them out, show them different ways of, you know, being successful, because I'm one of the ones that was able to graduate from high school, go to college, get a degree, and actually play college football as well. So not only just being out there for my son, but being out there for the other kids kind of motivated me and just encouraged, you know, me to get back out there and be more involved with the youth.
All right. So right now with you, Lee, you know you one of my favorite players, man. So they say I be showing favoritism some kind of way, but I love the way you play the game, man. You play with heart, you got talent, really respectful kid. Right now, give me the hardest game you ever played in that had you really frustrated.
The hardest game I ever played in was 8U Nationals when we played against Twin City.
And what made it frustrating? Talk to me.
What made it frustrating is because on kickoff I fumbled the ball, and punt return I fumbled the ball, and so when I was running the ball I also fumbled the ball.
All right. So y'all heard him take ownership of those errors. But let me say this. I said this at the game. I said this to the coaches. Lee, you're a football player, and I know you take responsibility, but guess what? A few of those wasn't your fault. Once the coaches, and it's not a shot at y'all staff or anything from that year, but once they seen him bob the first punt, the next two and the team coming down, why didn't nobody tell him to fair catch it or to move? Like, it happened. Like, you a kid. That happens. It happens in the NFL. But I love the way you taking ownership for it. But somebody should have calmed you down right after that. But see, I think with Now You Football, I don't know what happened on that sideline, not talking directly about them. We too focused on fussing at a kid for the error instead of building them back up. I seen Dion just did that at college with the receiver that was having a horrible game. He go score a touchdown. Right now, in your opinion, Lee, what was your best game?
For this year,
I want your career. We ain't just talking about this year.
one of my best games was probably Miami Garden Ravens. In my opinion, I feel like I set the tone when I had scored.
That was a great game too. That you've been with him since he started it, and I want you to tell me your opinion. We're gonna go back to that game he was speaking on about the fumbles. What's your opinion on that game?
Yeah, as a kid, well, really as a player, you have those moments, you have them games where it's not the best. And unfortunately, it happened in the most important game of his career at 8U. We took a big beating against Twin City, but I think to be a character, and he knows that we speak on seeking every opportunity and also having that Mamba mentality. When we fail, we learn from it, we get better from it. So with that being said, we took a step back, we looked at it, and he knows that going forward, those are mistakes that's gonna happen. It may happen again, but out his career, I try to teach him to be a little bit more advanced and a little bit more mature when it comes to those type of events of happening. But what he knows now is that as far as the mindset, like you spoke about, when you come back to the sideline, hey, that's one play, that's two plays, hell, even, hey, 3 plays. Shake it off, get back in that game, and make an impact. So going forward, he know that, we had a bad game. We can admit that, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the key players on the team, which had a major impact on that game. But going forward, he knows now, hey, those type of things may happen, but go back out there and make up for it.
Right. And that, like I said, that comes with coaching. I remember when I used to coach my team at a quarterback, he used to be terrified. Right now, he was almost a starting quarterback at Westlake in the 9th grade, but he tore his ACL. But he used to come to the sideline crying. I used to make him tell me that he was the best quarterback at 8U before he called my play. And before you know it, probably about the 5th game of the year, he'll run over and say, "Coach." And I'm gonna be honest, I let my kid cuss. He'll come over and say, "Coach, I'm the shit. They can't play with me." I'm like, "There we go. Let's go. 24 lead." He'll go right to the field. You got to build kids. Every kid is not going to respond to a beat down. Every kid not going to respond to motivation. You got to learn that kid, and they'll give you a better effort. Lee, who's your favorite player that you look at and say, that's who I want to be like?
I really don't have a favorite player, but one of them is probably Jalen Ramsey, and basketball, Kobe Bryant.
Jalen Ramsey, okay. So right now, it's a kid watching this podcast, and he's having a tough season. He's trying to get it together. I need for you to motivate him to have a better year. What can he do?
For him to have a better year and to motivate him, don't get on him, like just tell him, hey, you got this, man. Hey, go back out there, do your thing.
Okay. Right now, even with you, Twan, a dad may be watching this, and he's coaching his son, and he just can't get through to him. give him some tips on how he can motivate his boy, get him back right, and keep everything. See, I think a lot of dads don't know how to separate coaching from dad. Give them some separation with that. Help them out with that.
Yeah, that's a good question. As a coach, you have to know how to separate, like you said, being a dad and coaching your child, because at the end of the day, when your child make a mistake, the first person he's gonna look at is you, even though you on the sideline as a coach. So some good things I can tell the fathers out there and even the coaches is that, hey, get on your child. Ain't nothing wrong with being hard on your child, but at the same time, as a father, you know your child the best. So you can't hold him up to a standard that it may not be best for him at that particular time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. Some kids hit that peak before others. So you just got to know your kid, know how to coach him up. And at the end of the day, even though if you break him down, you always got to build him back up. And that's one thing I do with Lee. Every single practice, I'm recording this practice. We go back home and we watch practice. It may not be that night, but it may be the next day. We sit down and watch practice. And I say, hey, talk to me about this particular play. This a loaf. So in college and high school, a loaf, hell, that's a bad play. So I'm constantly teaching him on a high school level and even a college level to have that mindset, have that Mamba mentality is that, hey, I can't take a play off. And as dads and coaches, that's something that, you guys can do as well. We kind of focus on the games and the highlights and the stats. But truthfully, being honest, it started at practice. You got to give 1,000% at practice to get that outcome that you want at the game.
Amen to that. Right now, Lee, if I go, I know your coach. Coach been my dog since we was 14. If I call JD right now and say, tell me what kind of player Lee is, what would he say?
He'll say Lee is a very hardworking kid. He gives a lot of effort. He's very athletic, and he has a lot of potential and talent in him.
All right, now I'm gonna be honest. And when he called me, this was way back when. He was like, "Bro, what you see missing from our team after they won national?" I said, "Lee." He said, "What you mean?" I said, "Lee." He was like, "For real, bro?" I said, "Man, listen." I said, "You got Dylan doing his thing. You got Tutu doing his thing." I said, "But you need Lee." I said, "He bring a whole nother dynamic to the team, whether he can get at running back, receiver, hell, Mike can get at wildcat and throw the ball." I said, "You need this kid on your team." He started laughing, and then I think like the next day I came up there to record his training, and I saw you in there. I already knew he was finna work his move to get you back on the team. Right now, with all the teams you played for, who's your favorite coach?
My favorite coach of all the teams I played for, JD and my dad, because my dad, he used to coach ABA 6
Your
years.
dad don't count. Your dad don't count. That's your dad. We know he's your favorite. Can't nobody compete with him. We know what's going on there. And see, I see a lot of folk put it, they use the term daddy ball. How can you tell a coach not to handle his merchandise a little different than everybody else's child? Now, just listen to me. You want your child to be treated equally until Twan got to whoop Lee ass out of practice for saying something or doing something to a kid. Now, you see Twan grab your child and take off a belt. You still want him to be treated equally? Or he hug his son, kiss his son on the forehead. You want that man kissing your son? Like, it's just so much with the daddy ball thing. Like, it would never be that. Long as he's giving your child proper attention and showing your child respect, that should be enough. It should be enough. So, are you coaching this season?
Nah, I'm not. I'm strictly a dad.
Strictly dad. How are you taking that, though? Because this be your first year sitting down, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a big adjustment, but once again, it comes back to me focusing on my child now and just having him mentally prepared for not only the game but for practice as well. My wife and I, of course, we got a younger son. He's up and coming. He just turned 6, so that's where a lot of my focus is as far as coaching and developing him. I think, me personally, Lee has the tools to be successful with me not being on the sideline anymore.
Okay, Lee. Right now, if on the table, you got to pick one of them up. And I'm going to ask this question every show to the athletes. You got to pick up an MVP trophy or a national championship. Which one are you picking up? We talking about WarZone Player of the Year, Anthony Flanagan Award. You've been up for it for 2 years, by the way. You got to pick that up or you got to pick up a national championship trophy. Which one we picking up and why?
I'll say both because I want to get MVP because people, they doubt me a lot. Most people, they hate on me and they don't think I'm really, the truth. So I'd rather get both and championship.
Sure, come on.
I get championship too because it's a team thing. Everybody has a role in it. Everybody has a part in it. To win it. Yeah.
And that's an honest answer, man. That's an honest answer. And the crazy part, people doubting you because they can't do what they know you can do, and they don't want you to do what you can do. That's the main thing people hate. That's where the hate comes from. Because if an adult got an issue with how you play, they probably didn't play themselves. But kids, because they want to be in your position, so you got to throw that to the side. Let that motivate you or kick it to the curb. Right now, top 5. Give me your top 5 teams. Give me your top 3 teams in the state of Georgia, removing the Eagles.
None.
With a straight face. None. I mean, okay. Give me 3 players outside of yourself that you would love to play with that's not on your current team. None again. That means he's happy with his team and he happy with his team. I see you got something right here. You want to show people what you brought to the show? That's your camera right there.
So this is my brand. I brought it in for DT, So and if you don't know, seek means, seek what you desire, seek your dreams, and just have confidence.
Right. I can't lie, I saw Coach James with a shirt on and I was like, man, let me go on and write it there now. Hey man, I want an outfit too, man. Hey man, this good quality. This ain't the Arab stuff or the stuff you catch at the flea market. It's good quality, man. So make sure you guys, what's the page?
Seek Apparel 365.
Hit them up. They got the link on the bio. All that good stuff. Tomorrow, what do you want to see Lee get out of playing football?
Most importantly, man, like I keep speaking of, it's the mindset. I want him to be mentally prepared for not only on the field, but off the field as well. Me growing up, I used football for a lot. You know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot throughout my life when it comes to even my job or just anything dealing with any type of situation. Football really prepare you for a lot if you approach the game the right way and have a good mentality. So for Lee, I just really want him to go after his dream and what he loved to do. A lot of people may think I push it on him or I force him to do certain things, but believe it or not, it's already in him. That's something that he want to do. So whenever my kids show interest in something that they got heart and they love it, I'm gonna be there to support him 1,000%. So I just want him to go after what he want. His goal is to make it as far as he can, and as a father, I'm gonna be there to support him.
All right. Well, Lee, not Lil Lee, my bad, Lee. What's your dream high school and college to play at?
I'm gonna start off with my dream high school. My dream high school, Buford or Langston Hughes. And my dream college is, I'll be blessed. But my dream college is really Colorado. But what's that? Number one is LSU.
Okay. Right now, give me the breakdown. Saturday, game day. How do you get prepared for your game?
On game day Saturday, I just like my dad said, you got to be mentally prepared. You just have confidence. When you wake up, brush your teeth, do whatever you want to do, than just get in that football mode.
All right. Game on the line. Georgia Eagles national championship versus Twin City. It's 6 seconds on the clock. Y'all down by 1. Do you want the ball?
For sure.
What play would you call? What? My bad. We ain't gonna give y'all plays. You want to be a receiver or running back? Hold on. Y'all on the 15-yard line.
In that situation, I'll be a receiver.
Receiver. We're gonna go wheel route.
No, I'm a corner.
Okay. That's the one thing about a winner. At the end of the game, winner always want the ball. Or you hear somebody talking about, give it to somebody else, they better. Winner always want the ball. 2-4. Oh, you wear the number. So is that a part of the reason you wear the number 24, Kobe? Or
Yes.
that's my favorite player as well.
Kobe and Gigi.
Kobe and Gigi. Okay, there we go on with that. Twan, right now, you say you get your baby boy prepared because Lee is already heading in the right direction. What are you doing with Lil Man to get him prepared right now? Is he playing?
Yeah, well, he a baseball player.
Oh,
So he locked in with baseball. He played flag for you last year, and he was, I mean, to be honest, he was real dominant, but he came back around this year when it was time to put the equipment on. He was like, Dad, I ain't ready. So I didn't force him into a plan. You know what I'm saying? He young. You know, football, I just believe as long as you got the athleticism and you got the right mentality, you know, you can start that up at, you know, a later age. But with baseball, that's something that he's desiring. That's something that he's seeking. You know, we really go hard with him with baseball. So right now, he's a true stud athlete at baseball right now.
okay. Lee, I know you play baseball as well. What's the difference between baseball and football as far as the stress of the game or just the whole game?
The difference between football and baseball. Well, baseball, you know, if you're you know a great player at it, you've been playing it for a long time. You have all the confidence in the world. But like sometimes in baseball, you know, you'll be stressed out. For instance, say you strike out or you haven't hit the ball and you're in a slump. So, and in football, you know, you could pick it back up easily. You know, you just gotta have confidence. Just work hard.
All right. Right now, let's just say your quarterback having a bad game. He don't do 3 interceptions. How do you motivate him to get his head back in the game? Because you his receiver. What would you say to him to get him back right? Keep his confidence up. Do you go at him and say, man, you making us lose, get right? Or do you go at him and hype him up? How would you handle that?
I'll hype him up, you know, give him his confidence back, you know. And that's gonna happen in football. You're not gonna be perfect in football all the time. So mistakes are gonna happen.
Okay. In a perfect world, football world for you, what awards do you take home this year?
MVP.
MVP. You in the race. I'm gonna be honest. You in the race. You always in the race. I would love to see you bring it home. The only thing that can determine that the rest of the season and the votes, of course. Twan, you being his dad, knowing his game, what area you feel he need to work on?
Once again, you know, you'll never hear me speak about the physical aspect because that's gonna come with him maturing and get older. It's just more so his approach to the game, you know, because as he get older, it's gonna be athletes that's bigger, faster, stronger than him. But the advantage that I'm trying to get him to have is that we need to know our opponents. Hey, you got this, you playing cornerback or safety. Hey, you need to know your receivers. You need to know your offensive tackle. You need to know when it's a pass. Just understanding the tendencies and get to know the different things that he can do to become better when it comes to his mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, you can be the best athlete, but if you don't have that mindset, man, it's really not going to mean anything. So improvement, opportunity for him, once again, is just being focused not getting down on himself because, he's like you mentioned, he's a very hard worker. But at the same time, when he make a mistake, he get down on himself because he think, oh, my wife, his mom, or me, we gonna get down on you. Yeah, we gonna get down on you, but we gonna build you back up. But you still got to keep that mindset to go out there and make the next play and make the play after that, and then make another big play. Those are the ones that are successful in the game of football now, not just off of just pure athleticism and talent.
Right. And that's something we all need, because I remember my freshman year, I couldn't understand why it was a senior. I know I was better than him, faster, stronger. I mean, I just felt I was better, hit harder, but he knew more. He knew where to be compared to on the lead. I'm already in the backfield, play action. You get what I'm saying? Placement. So with that, having the mindset and actually learning the craft, that takes you a lot further than just being athletic. Now, it's always good to be athletic as well, but like he said, if the mind ain't there, it's a no-go. Johan Buchanan, I don't know if y'all know the name, but he played at Douglas, came out in 2000. Physically, the best safety you would ever see. Like, we talking 6'1", 215 solid, like 2% body fat. He could not get the game mentally, and they killed him at Florida State to where he ended up just dropping out and not even playing anymore. So getting your mindset right, understanding your craft takes you a long way. Lee, any shouts out you want to give to anyone right now?
God and my family.
God and my family. What about you, Twan?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out, of course, to my wife, my son. I know they probably watching. I know they wanted to be here. Just a special thanks to Lee for just being a great kid on and off the field. If you just continue doing what you're doing, you'll be very, very successful. And also to you, DT, for allowing us to have this platform to showcase himself. I think this is a good thing that you're doing for the youth to get them not only prepared. Once again, I keep speaking about the mental aspect, to get them prepared for interviews as well. Right. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good step in the right direction for a lot of the inner city kids to come on this platform, to be on live and just have this opportunity to speak to you and just answer, different questions that you have for them.
Right. And like the main thing is, like I said in the previous show, I'm saying on this show, you see, notice I got the dad right here. I think a lot in our community, we have amazing moms, man. It's not an issue. We have amazing moms. But I want to put a lot of attention on strong father figure that's in their son lives. They providing, they being there for them, they their friend, they just all around great dads. And we need more attention on that. So when I do interviews, of course, I want the parents to be a part of it, because he wouldn't have been signed up for football. He wouldn't have the clothes he got on. He wouldn't have the shoes. He wouldn't have anything. He wouldn't even be here without his parents. So that's a part of it. Now, I like the D. Wade Hall of Fame speech. I don't agree with a lot of stuff D. Wade do, but the fact that attention he put on his father, I think that was the first time I seen someone really put that light on dad. It usually just go straight mom, which is a beautiful thing too, but I want to see black fathers attached to these situations like we do have, because it get overlooked. We have a lot of great dads. So that's why I'm blessed that you was able to come on the show with us today, Twan. Lee, I'm blessed to have you. Like I said, I don't mind saying it. I know they're going to take this interview and run with it. Lee only got an award because DT said he one of his favorites. You're a hard-working kid. You're respectful, talented. I can tell you have a passion for the game, so that's why I rock with you. So anything you need from WarZone, I got you. All you got to do is call. So what's your Instagram you want to leave with the people?
My Instagram is lee.g2.
Get your brand too now.
Seek a pair 365.
You want to drop Instagram?
Yeah, I don't do the Instagram and social medias. I kind of, control his platform, and he kind of, add on to that. But as far as the business side of it, we do have a Seek Instagram, Seek Apparel. So if y'all want to shop, we do have the website, seekapparel365.com. The meaning behind Seek is, like Lee mentioned, Seek, we started this about 5 years ago, my wife and I. We was just chilling, and we was like, damn, she said, damn, babe, we you into fashion, you into the trends, like, you don't think we need to come up with something? I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea, because now just looking ahead, looking at the future with NIL deals and things of that nature, we trying to beat the curve early, trying to start a brand for not us as parents, but for our kids. So that's why we came up with Seek. The meaning behind it, seek means, like Lee said, seek whatever your heart desires. So whatever you want out of life, you got to seek it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that mental mindset to seek whatever it is that you want out of life. And that's really, what the meaning behind it. Online, we sell apparel, T-shirts, dry fits for the kids, sleeves, hoodies, sweatsuits. So whatever kind of street apparel you want, go online. Hey man, support the black, support us, and we'll give back. And also the last thing, what we do every single year, we give back a scholarship to an inner city kid that need a little bit of help. You know what I'm saying? As far as it can be college or tuition or even room and board, we give back a scholarship every single year. That we donate to that particular kid just off of sales from our apparel. So it's not like we doing this for a profit. We're really doing this to give back.
I greatly appreciate that, man. And when y'all do that, let me know, man. I want to chip in. But I do the Feed the Hungry every year around Thanksgiving, the weekend before Thanksgiving. And we do the Coast Drive 2 weeks before Christmas. So anything y'all want to chip in, hey, man, folks need coats. We go to the homeless shelter right there on MLK in Adamville. We take care of those people, man. They be needing it, especially them coats, because there be kids there as well. And it'll do something to you to see homeless kids. I swear to you. It makes you want to be there and help out. So y'all notice I don't wear people apparel. I wear WarZone and Watch God Work. You will see me next show with my jogging suit on. So I appreciate it, man. Follow me, WarZone U Sports, on Instagram, DT WarZone, and make sure you get in the WarZone U Sports group and rock with your boy. WarZone first national this year, December 1st through the 3rd. Gonna do it big. Finna take over this shit. God bless y'all. Good night.
WarZone, better keep your hard hat on. It's a WarZone. Coming to your hard at home. It's a WarZone. Head on the swivel, gotta know what's going on. Yeah, you get real on the WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours. Yeah, gotta finish strong to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. I ain't seen nobody pack the parking lot like DT. Be careful how I speak. Men black on that BP. Mom of the week, you can speak when you see me. Swear WarZone, entertaining like TV. Yeah, we don't be nowhere to park at the park. Up late with it, scrolling WarZone at the door. Bring a bag with you gonna be surprised what he charge. Got a tent ready, waiting on the tournament to start. Yeah, bring your lemonade, you can sell it. Yeah, you just gotta read, they gon' tell it. Yeah, offline, big dogs, beat peasants. Yeah, I'm Keisha, but James still a legend in WarZone. I would be tripping, I respect it in WarZone. Misspell, Marcy gon' correct it in WarZone. One wrong post will get hit. They can't check it, so they might as well respect it. It's WarZone. Better keep your hard hat on, it's a WarZone. Come and leave your hard at home, it's a WarZone. Head on the swivel, gotta know what's going on. Yeah, you get real on the WarZone. Feeling like the WarZone is yours. Yeah, gotta finish strong to get a WarZone award. Going down at the WarZone, of course. I'm logging in the WarZone whenever I get bored. It's a WarZone. DT, what up? DT, what up? Black, what up? Black, what up? Say what up? It's a WarZone. Metro Lane, what up? Cold fruit, what up? It's a WarZone.